Okay, everybody, welcome to the webinar. Thank you for coming today. My name is Eiren Smith. I'm a product manager here at Axiom in Florida. At Axiom, we make software to improve the lives of MicroStation users and AutoCAD users and Revit users. We don't do anything else. Fortunately, we like doing those things. And we, keep adding people to the team that also like doing those things. So that's it. Today, we're going to talk about bringing Excel spreadsheets into AutoCAD and into MicroStation. So if you work with, Autodesk products, Civil 3D, AutoCAD, then this is relevant. If you work with any Bentley products, like, MicroStation, ORD, Open Roads Designer, Geopack, and Roads, and just so many other Bentley applications, and you or someone on your team might need to bring spreadsheets into MicroStation, then this is for you as well. I'm going to try to spend, it's not really possible to spend equal time on both, or it doesn't really work. So we're going to spend, we're going to do the MicroStation stuff up front. It's pretty fast. We're going to do the AutoCAD stuff. There's a couple extra AutoCAD things. AutoCAD has a few more options for importing stuff. They're not all great, and that's what we're going to cover today, but they have a couple more, so we'll take a little more time on AutoCAD. But this is very much a MicroStation and AutoCAD demonstration. And while we do have Autodesk solutions and we do have Revit solutions, or one Revit solution, we're actually, our origins are in MicroStation, and that's what we've been doing for 30 plus years. Now, so basically, we offer solutions to lots of, CAD and BIM production problems. But what we're talking about today is a solution that we offer to the basic repeating problem of how do you get Excel and Word information into MicroStation and into AutoCAD with its formatting intact, and then also keep it up to date with like minimum effort and maximum reliability. So I'll show you how to do that at the end of this webinar using our add-on software for AutoCAD, our add-on software program for MicroStation. And in the leading up to that, I will quickly show you how what the options, some of the options available in just pure MicroStation and pure AutoCAD. The theme today, and I think kind of the theme every day of work for me, is trade-offs. So everything's got a trade-off. There's always trade-offs in software, just like in anything. If you could decide what trade-offs your software makes, then that would make it the best possible software for you. And that's basically my philosophy in software. There are going to be trade-offs. Make the right trade-offs. Really understand the situation, understand the problems, and make the best trade-offs to maximize what you want to maximize. And what we want to maximize is your CAD productivity, whether that's MicroStation or AutoCAD or BIM, Revit. So what we've done is we've worked with our customers since 1996. We've been around longer, but we specifically worked with our customers since 1996 on this one area, Excel pasting into MicroStation and then later AutoCAD and then Revit. We did that to find out what's important to them and what totally doesn't matter. What's important, what's unimportant, and we just keep tuning our software within an inch of its life to make the best trade-offs for you, for real users. Really, we really listen. That's what you get when you do like a multi-decade deep dive on one subject. And if you talk to the people during that deep dive and you actually keep improving things based on what people are actually telling you and showing you, is important to them. So what we try to do, and then I'm done talking, except I'm not, but I'll start moving my mouse around, is we try to be amazing for 95% of what our users do. So we try to be just spectacular at that band of things. And then we know, the areas where there just isn't that much room for improvement, and we don't try to make, or they don't need that much improvement. It isn't possible, or it isn't, but isn't necessary. And we try to just be fantastic, ridiculous at helping people bring quantity schedules, summaries, bills of material, these kinds of things into MicroStation in ways that are, that will hopefully blow your socks off. Now, that's that. I'll use whatever version of AutoCAD today. I use so many versions of AutoCAD. Today I'm in 2019, but our software works all the way back to like 2010 or something and up through 2021. And then in a couple of weeks or whatever, it'll be 2022. AutoCAD and then MicroStation V8i, and you can get it for Connect or V8i. And there you go. So how do you get Excel data into MicroStation? Here's how you do it. Without our software, you're using MicroStation. So you go into your Excel spreadsheet. I'll bring one over. Not that one. This one. Okay, cool. So you go into Excel, you copy what you want. Select it, copy it, copy. And then you hop over to MicroStation. Lots of windows. Okay, good. There's MicroStation. Now, in MicroStation, you got to bring that in. You got to import it. So you can just like do a Control V, which is the same as edit paste. So edit paste. Alrighty, paste. What are you gonna get? Well, you got to do some corners. Okay, 2 points. Good. Okie dokie. So it's there. It's fast. It came in fast. That's good. It doesn't fit inside my border. Well, let's try it again. What if I do this? Ugh. Okay, that's bad. All right, well, what if I'm actually zoomed in at a reasonable level and I do the same thing? Do it again. All right, here we go. Okay, the problem here is this is not going to be readable in a plot, period. I mean, it's not. And this is like a wall-sized, desk-sized sheet. You're not going to be able to read this text. So you need this stuff to come in a sensible way, and you cannot cut it up when you're importing it with MicroStation. Well, the solution there is time-consuming. You have to go back into Revit, into Excel, and select what you want, pieces. All right, well, is that ideal? No, it's totally ideal. Why? Because the trade-off is it wastes your time. And it doesn't just waste your time one time, which is not that big a deal. It wastes your time every time you need to do it. It's bad. Okay, fine. So not good. Okay, but at least it came in fast, and at least if your whole spreadsheet fits, it looks good. Okay, except that it doesn't. So you come in here. Is this really MicroStation text and text nodes and lines? No, it is not. It's some sort of object linking and embedding thingamajig. It's Olay. What happens if you like double click on its little pink border? Well, what happens? It opens it up over here. Good. And you know what it also doesn't do 50% of the time? It doesn't open that spreadsheet up. So, like, for example, earlier today, when I would do this, and just kind of 50-50, you do that, and you get an error saying this is not linked. Why are you trying to do this? This Olay object was inserted as a static picture. It cannot be activated. You get what you get, and you don't bitch a fit. So, okay, fine. So now, not transparent. It's got a white solid fill. That's not great. It's not a showstopper on its own necessarily, unless it is for you. It's just not ideal, and that's the whole point. These trade-offs are costly. And if they're not costly for you, well, then that's totally okay, because they are, you've got your own situation, and your own situation is valid. But for a lot of folks, they actually want the stuff to come in. They need to bring this stuff in. They need to come in well, and they want the whole experience to actually, not take a lot of time and be really reliable and be really ridiculously good looking, So fine, let's bring this in a different way, because there's different ways to bring stuff in. Still with MicroStation. Now we're gonna do paste special. Okay, let's paste special. Here we go. Is it still copied? I don't know. Let's go look. Copy. Okay, cool. Go back here, edit, paste special. That ... is ominous. Right there, it means a box is going to pop up. It means you're not done. Hit it. Okay, so here's my not done box. Paste special. I've got too many choices. The problem with all these choices is trade-offs. They've all got bad trade-offs. Which trade-offs are the worst? Kind of depends. Some of them are just like de facto bad. But some of these, the formatting is just heinous, and it's linked, but the formatting is so bad that what's the point in linking it if the formatting's going to be like deplorable? Like, we can update it, but it'll still be unusable. Okay, so okay, fine. This time I'm going to do linked Microsoft Excel worksheet. One would expect this to be the best one. To be honest with you, I do this all the time, and I've been doing it for a really long time. These names are meaningless to me. Like, I just, you know, I just see this and I'm like, oh, which bad one is that? So, but I mean, some of them are okay, but I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna double click on this guy. I could have hit the button, and then you go, all right, paste as a link, or embedded, or a picture. Don't do a picture. And method by corners by size. Let's just do the default. Here we go. It's also not gonna fit. Not gonna fit. Anyway, I'm gonna get it in here. I'm gonna be, I'm just gonna be satisfied for now that it's not coming in the 3 or 4 pieces that it should. Whatever. So let's kind of go through this like a checklist of things that are important to lots of people. Does it bring in the entire spreadsheet? Yes. Is it linked? Yeah, usually works. You float over, it says the link to. What's this one say? See, this one says link to. I don't know. Sometimes it doesn't link. Anyway, so this one says link to. Cool. What level is it on? It's on level 0. Oh, it's probably my active level. Probably get what you want there. You can probably get it to be reasonable as far as your level goes. Is it linked to ProjectWise? No. To jump ahead a little bit to our software that is an add-on to MicroStation and does all this stuff better, we do link to ProjectWise. So you bring it into MicroStation, we totally link to ProjectWise when you're facing into MicroStation. It's automatic and beautiful. It's truly wonderful. Okay, back to my checklist. ProjectWise link, negative. SharePoint or OneDrive link, like if the spreadsheet or Word doc came from SharePoint, no. Our software does, MicroStation doesn't. Okay, next step, next point. Will it plot? Will it blend? Yeah, I mean, it'll look good. It'll plot okay. It's not too bad. It's not transparent. It's okay. Will it plot fast? For some reason, no, it doesn't. In my experience, it plots slow. It just hangs up the plotter a bit. Okay, fine, whatever. You just plot it and walk away. Who cares? Can you break it into columns, like pieces and to fit your border? No. Can you predefine the size? Yeah, kind of, probably. If I did the size one instead of the 2 points, yeah, probably. Fits in nicely with CAD because it's real elements and they're transparent, no filled background. No. Updating it. Updating it is a thing. So, okay, you look at this thing. Is it up to date? It's linked to a spreadsheet that's not inside, it's not like just embedded in here. It's linked to a spreadsheet. That's a good thing for most people. For most people, most of the time. But how do I know if this is updated or is current or not? It doesn't need an update. I don't know. Do I want to do an update and then, find out if it's needed? If it doesn't update, how do I know if it was even, successful? How do I get this feedback? How do I know I'm wasting my time? And how do you know if you're wasting your time? And that's the thing. And that's where our software comes in later. I'll show you. And it does that much better because we don't want to waste your time. We're focused on not trading your time. We want to save your time. And that's what we do. Okay, so to update it, you got to double click on it until it opens a spreadsheet, and then you close the spreadsheet. Is that weird? Yeah, I mean, definitely. Are there other ways to make that work? Like to get it to update in MicroStation? I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know. But that seems to be the way to do it. So let's double click on this dude. He opens up. Let's do something. Change. Duh. Okay. Let's do bigger. Changed in Excel. Yeah, good, pretty good. Ew, that doesn't look good in Excel. And that's not fair. Let's just do change. That's not fair to MicroStation. Let's not hope it's gonna, let's not, let's give it something it can handle. Okay, so we go in here, right there, double click on this dude. Well, I mean, I did that. Gotta close it. Okay, let's close it. And then it's up there. Cool. All right, not bad, okay. So if I know what I'm looking for, it's cool. If I want to change it from here, it's cool. If somebody else made a change to that spreadsheet, I can't tell if it changed in here or not. Like, I don't know if I need to do an update. Our software does that better. I'll talk about it, talk about that later and how it's better. So fine. Does reopening this DGN cause an update? Not as far as I can tell. I've never gotten that to work. Okay, fine. So let's do another pasting. Let's paste now with linked text to design file. Another one of these very long names. Got to get that spreadsheet open. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna double click on this guy. It opens it up. All right, did a fair job of that. That's good. I don't know. Get rid of that. I might change it again later. So, select what you want. Copy to your clipboard. Hop back over here and edit. Paste special. Which one was I gonna do? I was gonna do link text to design file. I think this is the one that looks really bad. Let's do this one. Paste. All right, now we wait. I'm gonna click on 2 corners. I think this one's just gonna come in with no multiple corners because you got to deal with the scale of it. But let's find out. I'm gonna put this dude like here. Yeah, I think it's done. Okay, hi. Hey, little guy. Okay, all right, here we go. This is what we get. I mean, I could turn these grid lines off, but it wouldn't fix it. I mean, that's MicroStation grid lines, not this horrendous paste. Okay, so it's a text node. That's a step up. That's good. It's transparent because it's a text node. Yay. Formatting, no. Border lines, sadly, no way. Kind of oriented right? Nah. Columns even aligned in a sensible way that might be usable? No. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never talked to somebody who can use this one. I mean, I've talked to people that go, well, I can drop it and move stuff around. You know, why? It's garbage. So fine. Yeah, let's also, since it's linked, let's double click on it. Yay, okay. Oh, really? I don't want to edit it in the text editor. I want to edit this thing in somewhere sensible. So can I click on the corner? I don't know anymore. You know, I used to be able to double click on this thing. It's just horrible. So, okay, fine. It's not good. It's not good. It's bad. It's not getting better. Fine. Okay, so that's it for the ways I'm going to bring these things in. I mean, there's only so much you can expect from MicroStation's built-in stuff. They're not dedicated to bringing these things in. Ooh, look, my tall row. This tall row goes here. Goes over here. Hey, what's up? You know? It's not over there. It's over here. No, it's not over here. It's over there. It's not over there. It's over here. It's heinous. So it's not good. This is what you get there. This is reality. Let's look at them next to each other. You can, no. Okay, fine. So let's move on. That's the end of bringing stuff in with just MicroStation. Now, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you using just AutoCAD. So we'll do all that stuff up front. So you're learning about some MicroStation pasting, AutoCAD pasting, not our software yet. And then I'll quickly show you our software and for AutoCAD and MicroStation. Now, the thing is that part is really fast because our software saves you time. I mean, I'm going to show you our software. I'm going to be talking. That's what's going to take up the time. Actually using the software is super fast, and you'll see that. Now, right here in the before we start on AutoCAD, my colleague Paul is going to run a poll. So if you folks would please put your eyes on your screen and answer that poll. It's nice to know. All right, we're at 100% AutoCAD. Oh, now we're 4060 MicroStation. The question is, do you use AutoCAD or MicroStation? So 7245 AutoCAD, that math doesn't equal 100. Okay, 4676? What? How is this 46% to 76%, Paul? Oh, I guess people can vote on both. Maybe you can pick both. No problem. Okay, it's not either or, it's multiple choice. Okay, cool. That's better. Good. Now we're 7842 MicroStation to AutoCAD. It's not a race. If everybody used both, I guess we'd have 100%, 100%. No problem. The answers are no longer coming in. The numbers are stable. We are 78% AutoCAD, 42% MicroStation, with some overlap. Awesome. Cool. Thanks for that poll, Paul. Let's move on. Let's jump over to doing this stuff in AutoCAD. All right. So AutoCAD. AutoCAD is not MicroStation. It's not. You know, MicroStation is MicroStation. AutoCAD is AutoCAD. Bentley's Bentley. Autodesk is Autodesk. And, you know, there are actually too many options in AutoCAD for importing. There's even more than there are in MicroStation, if you can believe it. They're a little bit better. Like, there's some better ones in AutoCAD than MicroStation, but none of them are great. And I'm going to try to show you some of the better ones in AutoCAD. As with MicroStation, I'm going to focus on Excel, but we can also bring Axiom's Microsoft Office Importer software, or Microsoft Office Importer for MicroStation, Microsoft Office Importer for AutoCAD. These software products from us, they can We can bring in Word as well, but 95% of the importing of our user base is Excel. So that's where I'm going to focus today. But our word importing is fantastic. And in Revit, Word gets more attention and more attention from the users, and they do more importing there, but it's just as good. Our office support for Revit's fantastic at bringing in Word, just like the MicroStation and AutoCAD versions are, no problem. So of our software. So that was a lot. That wasn't really the best way to put that. Now, I'm in MicroStation, so let's be not in MicroStation. I'm going to open up AutoCAD. I left MicroStation open. I'm going to go back to it in a bit. Hopefully MicroStation doesn't mind being open for a little while, but you never know. So first of all, a PSA about AutoCAD. MicroStation's not immune. I mean, when I work with AutoCAD pasting, like tables and data links and stuff, AutoCAD eventually crashes. It's a matter of how long before AutoCAD crashes. So, and that's just using AutoCAD's built-in features. So what I do every day when I have a webinar like this is I do a reboot, and that kind of, gives AutoCAD a fresh start. And that could still happen today though, Plus, it's just unpredictable as to what will come in and how with AutoCAD and with MicroStation. Like I did that import in MicroStation, and it wasn't linking this morning, but it linked just now, and it wasn't linking last week, but maybe the week before it was. It's just kind of all over the place. And that inconsistency is something else that we handle with our software because we spend a lot of time making it really consistent because we focus on just, doing that one thing really well. So anyway, I already created data links, but I'm not even going to use data links today. You can also see that my data links just they just accumulate. It's horrible. So you can get rid of these if you feel like that's safe. And I just like to leave the XREF panel open. And I think today I'll at least update one of these that I bring in. Fine. So I'm gonna use the same spreadsheet for most of this that I used in MicroStation. And I'm gonna start with a Control V, and I'm gonna do it in paper space. Cool. I'm in a layout. This isn't gonna fit in my actual sheet there, so whatever. But we'll see. So I'll go into Excel, and I will zoom in, zoom back in so I can read stuff. Select what you want, copy to your clipboard. I'll make this full screen. Okay, cool. So yay, and copy it. Come over here. Control V is in Victor, and hey, look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna hit it. Boom, we get a scale choice or mapping choice really, and one choice. And if you like it, cool. If you can change, that's about it. Not much. Okay. All right. So what do we get from this? First of all, just like in MicroStation, it's not cut up into pieces. Okay. So you can't actually, have to go back into Excel and copy paste it a bunch of times. And if I did do that, just like MicroStation, what about all this information up here, these headers? How do I get that stuff into each piece? If I were to go back into Excel and copy paste this 3 different times, I'm going to lose this top thing. So I have to copy that in again. So I have to go in and if let's say this is 3 pieces, I got to go 1, 2, 3, and only the first one's going to have the header. I got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 imports to get this one done, well. So, all right, fine. Now, on the good side of this, it came in fast, and the formatting is pretty good, except when it isn't. But right now, it's pretty good. It depends on what your needs are, but I think we're kind of starting at the top of the heap for AutoCAD built-in pasting. This is about as good as, I think it's the best one for most folks, at least for ease of use. And I guess it's like, okay. So there might not, the other ones I'm going to show you, other ways of bringing it in, they're not necessarily better than this, but it depends on what you need. It depends on your trade-off. They all have really bad trade-offs. So, if those trade-offs are better for you, then you'll like the other ones. And you probably already have one of these that you do use that you prefer. So, okay, cool. Now, you can also import this stuff into model space, but it's still just one huge piece. So get ready to bring it in 5 pieces again, just to get 3 pieces in, 5 plus 2 header repeats. Very manually. So it doesn't matter if you're in model space or paper space, you're still in bad luck here. Now, is this thing I just brought in linked? Yeah, I can't even remember which one does which. So let's see. This one doesn't say, like MicroStation does. Okay, point removed, there, but it's not a MicroStation to AutoCAD comparison. It's not. But I'm going to double click on the corner. What happens? Oh, bad things. They just get the horrible panel. All right, let's do it again. Let's try again. That time I get a spreadsheet. Honestly, I don't know the difference. I can't ever predict when this thing is going to open up the spreadsheet or when it's going to open up that panel, the Olay panel. So, okay, but what did I get? Worksheet in concrete summary.dwg. What? This is not my original spreadsheet. What this is a copy of the worksheet from my original spreadsheet that got embedded in AutoCAD. And you can see that on the Olay panel. If you oh, I don't want to escape out of that. Oh, I don't want it to open the spreadsheet now. Now I want to see the Olay panel. How do I make AutoCAD behave? I don't know. So do that. Oh, really bad. So I want that Olay panel, but the Olay panel would tell you that it's embedded. So that's how you would find out. But sorry, I can't show you because you never know when it's going to show. Let's try clicking down here. Maybe down here will do it. Garbage. No, bad. Okay, whatever. So it's embedded. That's good, except when it's bad. The thing about an embedded spreadsheet is you're only going to get what you brought in, hopefully, and double-edged sword though, and if somebody else wants to change something in the actual spreadsheet that this data came from, well, that data is not going to come into AutoCAD. You're not going to get that. So in a group project environment in a multi-person shop, which is most shops, it's usually better during the project to link to a spreadsheet where the spreadsheet came from, not embed that thing into AutoCAD. There are cases where embedding is good and that's fine, but frankly, if you want to make changes in Excel, you don't want to have to go into that spreadsheet and get that to happen. The ideal usually is basically what our software does, which is let you go open that with a real link spreadsheet. Actually, what MicroStation was doing in that case. So fine. Not a link. It's an embedded copy. Cool. Now let's do paste special. So move my spreadsheet over a little. Let's do a paste special. Let's make some space or just kind of area around to get some space. Is it still copied? Probably not. Copy, jump back here, edit. Paste special. Okay, all right. We have options. Woohoo, lots of options. And if you pick paste link, you have some different options. It's really the same options. What I mean is these two options are on this list too, but they wouldn't be linked. Okay, fine. So the first thing we're gonna do is AutoCAD entities as a link. Whoa, all right, cool. Say okay. All right, now you get nothing. Why? Why is nothing happening? Because it's slow. It's really just very slow, and it gives you no feedback when it's happening that it's slow. So I'm afraid to click on something to find out if it's working because I'm afraid AutoCAD will crash if I click on something. That's based on my experience. Your mileage may vary, but I'm afraid to click on stuff. But I'm feeling bold, so I'm going to click on stuff. Okay, clicking does nothing. Cool. All right, so I know it's working or it's destroyed. Data link selected, cannot reload, detach or bind. I don't know if that's an old message or not, but it's not a great experience here. Come on. I think it'll be done soon. I mean, my computer fan is now going crazy. So, hey, it's done. Okay, cool. So let's look at this. What do we have? I'm going to bring this in right there. It's in. Okay, well, you know what? Look, this is frankly from, this view from far away, it's better than this because it doesn't have the white background, which suggests that this stuff is real M text and lines. Yeah, or a table. Getting there. That's a table. Cool, we're getting there. That's better. This area was worrying me a bit. So, okay, let's go over here. You have everything looks okay. Go over here. Oh man, my border lines are toast. Let's go back to my spreadsheet. Let's look at those border lines. The border lines are there. They are present in Excel. They are not present in this import. They are present in this other one. Okay, so we have a new trade-off. Fine. But, except for just destroying those border lines, this is better overall, I think, than this one. But you know what? It depends on your needs. And still, you can't cut this up and fit it in your border and so on. Now, the thing is, I want reliability. And this isn't reliable. I get something different each time. So, fine. Now, to update the CWG, you have to open AutoCAD. I'm there already. But later, you got to open AutoCAD. You got to open the DWG. And you have to manually update your data links in the external references pane, which I have open. Hey. I'm just going to look for the highest data link number and assume, and it says loaded, so I'm going to assume that's the one. I click on it. It's blue. It's a good sign. Okay, so I'm going to hit update data links, but I'm holding my breath because how long is this going to take? And before I click it, well, let me just hit it. So boom, it's fast. Why does it update fast, but it comes in slow? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Now, unless it sees that there's not much to change, but honestly, I wouldn't give it that much credit. Now, here's the problem. How do I know if this thing needs updating or not? It's loaded. Well, let's get that spreadsheet open. Let's change something. We'll say new. Save it. Come back over here. You can't tell it's different. What's happening? You could see where the file was found. That's good. You can't tell if it's current or not. That's bad. All right. So how do you know if an import needs updating in your DWG? You don't. You have to manually try it, but then you have to wait. Sometimes they're long, sometimes they're short, sometimes they're fast, sometimes they're slow. And you got to, click on things while you wait, if you're brave, to see if it's working, if you're actually waiting, because you don't know if you're waiting, and if you need to be waiting. And then you got to wonder and wait some more and whatever. My files are local, so this shouldn't be slow, but it often is. Now, this is the part where we, when you're doing your updates, your imports, if they're slow, where you just kind of watch the screen and wait. And then sometimes you don't. And that's just to find out, and that's the problem. That's to find out if there's anything to update. So when the update is done, you don't know if you even waited for real changes or not. You have to check to see if your changes are there. Let me go do another update data links. And today, maybe AutoCAD's feeling fast, so maybe it'll finish fast. But honestly, it's already too long. Why isn't this done yet? And why don't I have progress? And should I look at the command area? And should I be hitting enter or not? Can I click on things? I don't know. I'm afraid to click on things again. This is the problem. You don't know if you need changes, so you have to do unnecessary work. Again, the trade-off is wasting the user's time. That's a bad trade-off for something you're going to do more than the user's going to do more than one time. If you're going to do something more than once, let's save you time doing it. Okay, unnecessary updates should be avoided as they waste human time. This is a fundamental idea, right? Oh man, really? Dimension Style Manager? What's happening? Okay, so wasting human time is basically a software crime. The purpose of software is to save human time. If you'll indulge me, it's a little philosophical, but it is. And so if we waste human time, we're making the wrong trade-off, most likely. So this process here is unnecessarily manual. It's a black box. You can't see into it. It's slow. Sometimes it's fast. If you don't update, you risk that your imports are out of date. If you update too often, you're wasting your time. Also, you get a new data link every time, unless you don't, and unless you reuse a data link, which is a pain in the butt. So it's just all over the place. Now, I don't want those extra data links most of the time, but maybe some folks do. So let's change the trade-off. So let's now do an import from another spreadsheet. This one doesn't have good formatting. Actually, it's just kind of totally a toast import. It's not going to be good, but the trade-off is it comes in real fast. I mean, all right. So let's go to that spreadsheet. This is just one I stumbled on because we use this in our that's a nice sample file in our Revit software. So you come over here, it's a similar spreadsheet. You select what you want, you copy it to your clipboard, and let's go over here and what am I doing? A paste special. So paste special, and I'm gonna do paste a link, AutoCAD entities, and I'm gonna say okie dokie. All right, so this is kind of like medium slow pasting. It's a smaller spreadsheet. It's still too slow, but it's not, not the worst. The worst is that I don't know if it's actually working. Okay, there we go. We got it. Bring it in. Okay, so I'm always wondering if the because of formatting changes with AutoCAD and stuff, if this is gonna be different from day to day, because it often is. So today it looks a bit like, pretty much like it did yesterday, which is bad. So let's look at the formatting here. Over here, you get really good formatting, actually. This part, not these border lines. And then with this spreadsheet, which is more or less the same spreadsheet, you don't get good formatting. You get this nonsense. Okay, well, that's not good. Why? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, this is just kind of the randomness of pasting with AutoCAD. And it's not better than MicroStation. I mean, not worse. It's a little better than MicroStation. Now, if I go to that same spreadsheet and paste all, it gets weird, and it's in a new way. So I just did the populated cells before, the stuff with data in them. I'm going to do everything this time, come back here, and I'm going to do AutoCAD entities again with a paste special. Boom, 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 boom. And then a medium weight, medium slow. Maybe it's medium fast. No, it's medium slow. I'm gonna make little circles. I'm kind of drawing here. I don't know how to. Okay, good. Here we go. Okay, that wasn't actually too bad, but I waited for garbage, so it was bad. Here we go. I bring it in. Oh gosh. So here's what I copied, and it just doesn't like this, I guess. And this is what I got. Okay, well, what if I do this? What happens? I don't know. I mean, it varies from paste to paste, but let's do it. Come on, paste spec, boom, boom, AutoCAD entities again. So again, we wait. Okay, so here's what I get this time, 2 cells. What I copied was 2 whole rows. But that's what I get, and that's kind of, at least it's consistent with this. It just doesn't like that file. It doesn't like that empty column. It doesn't like the empty row either, I think. I'm like, okay, fine. But again, I don't want to, honestly, I don't want to futz around with this. I just want to get projects done. So, this isn't ideal. Now, I'm going to go back to that other spreadsheet and show you some better formatting with AutoCAD. That's this one. Select all, copy to clipboard, hop back to my AutoCAD, and paste special. And I'm going to do this as a Microsoft Excel worksheet. You get the same result whether it's linked or not, paste link or just paste. Okay, cool. All right, first of all, this is fast. Fast is good. All right, so bring it in. Look at those row heights. Nice. Okay, look at the formatting up here. It's good. It's opaque on top. You can't cut it into pieces. You can't predefine your size mappings, but honestly, pretty good and fast. Why is this fast if the other ones are slow? I don't know. So you get better formatting. Awesome. So I think this one's actually better than that first one I did in AutoCAD, this method. Okay, fine. So it's still not going to split nicely to fit inside my border. That's a no-go unless your spreadsheet is small or you're willing to paste it in 3 pieces and then do the headers separately and get that right every time and so on. But the whole point here is saving time and not trading user time for developer laziness, if you will, software development laziness. So we want to save user time in this one area, and this doesn't really do that because it still has trade-offs. The border lines are actually okay over here. They're a little funky, but it's not a deal breaker by any means. The real problem here is I can't get this thing inside my border right. So fine, we've done some pasting in MicroStation. We've done, it wasn't great. We've done considerable pasting in AutoCAD here today. It was probably a little better, but it was still erratic and wacky in formatting and in speed. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this next part, which is Axiom's software that makes this whole area just much better. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that, and I don't need to, frankly, because, like I said earlier, software is super easy to use and it's super fast and it saves you time. So, it's easy to learn, easy to use, and it just takes a lot of the uncertainty out of this whole thing. So much uncertainty gets removed. And we do our best to not waste user time. We don't think that your time is ours to trade. So, we treat that as our top priority when we decide, you know, when we're developing our software. So I'm going to show you how we remove those trade-offs. I'm going to go into MicroStation, which I left running. Hope MicroStation didn't mind. And I'm going to go up here. I'm going to get rid of these horrendous imports that are hard to click on. Okay, good. Good. Delete. Bye-bye. Yeah, I don't like deleting them. I'm going to move them. Maybe I'll want them later. I don't know. I'm going to move them down. Okay, cool. So fine. I'm gonna area in, get it right. Cool. Now, same steps. You go into Excel, you copy it to your clipboard, you select which one you copy to your clipboard, you come back here. In our case, this is our toolbar. So you hit paste. The Microsoft Office Importer, I'm in V8i, we have this tool for Connect as well. You hit paste or import, you know. And what we're going to do is immediately show you how much space that's going to take up. You can already predefine text sizes and scales and mapping, that kind of stuff. So this is already set up the way I want it to be for this particular project. By the way, you can even set that in your config files, your text sizes and stuff. So it can be in your MicroStation workspace. It can come from your managed workspace, whatever you want. So you come in here, you hit the corner, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit the corner. Okay, move down to the right. Here we are. Okay, well, what is this? This is not that giant piece. This is that giant spreadsheet split into 3 pieces to fit in my border. How did it know about 3 pieces? It didn't. I am in control of that. If I squish it, it shows me, hey, I need more pieces to squish it the way you want. You do that, you move on the x-axis, and you're controlling that gap. Does it know where my border is? No, it doesn't need to know where my border is. I'm looking at my border interactively. I know it's here. I get it where I want it. I data point, and we draw that thing with real text elements, and we put them in a cell if you want us to, and we automatically link them, and it's just done. So here's what that is. Text, text nodes, lines, optionally in a cell, linked to the spreadsheet. Where can that spreadsheet be stored? Project-wise, or Office 365, which means SharePoint or OneDrive. That's in the MicroStation version. I'll talk about that a little bit in the AutoCAD version 2 and where those spreadsheets can be stored and all that. And in case I forget to mention it later, if anybody's using Revit, they can also be in BIM 360 for Revit. So, okay. It's in here. It looks awesome. But look at that. We also repeated those header rows. Well, you could see that. I'm going to do that import again and show you what that looked like. So you see how we repeated those header rows? They happen to have red text in them, but that was just a style choice. When I hit this corner and I go down, you can see a little rectangle, a little line, a little horizontal line on top. That's showing you the repetition of those headers. So you really see you're getting your headers repeated, and you don't have to repeat those headers if you don't want to. Sometimes you don't need to. So I'm going to reset because I don't need it, and I'm going to reset again, and I'm out of there. So, okay, they're in here. They look good. You can see that. I don't have to claim that they look good. They look great. They're real MicroStation elements, fine. But what does linking mean? And how do we do linking better? Well, I said that we can link to other systems. Okay, that's good, like systems like SharePoint, ProjectWise. But so what? Those aren't all the problems with linking. The big problem with linking, or one of the big problems with linking, is updating. How do you know if this import needs updating? Well, frankly, most of the time, our users don't want to worry about it. So whenever you open this DGN, we'll automatically update the information in here from Excel if somebody has changed the spreadsheet. So if the spreadsheet has changed, we update the DGN when you open the DGN. Automatic, fast, don't worry about it. But at any time, if you're interested, like say you're pre-submittal or pre-percentage, you're right on the cusp of some percent submittal, and you want to know that the file you're looking at is up to date, I mean, you just need that assertion, then just hit this button here, list all links in active model, and we will show you all your imports. Right now, it's just this one, That's usually people have 1 or 2, but I've seen hundreds in one file from guys that are just doing wild stuff. But usually it's 1 or 2, and you can see that it's up to date. So it's in green text, it's up to date. Okay, well, what if you see something in here you want to change? In the other programs, I showed you how to open it up in, get it open in Excel. Well, right here, you can hit Edit Source, and we will open it in Excel. But even better than that, I'm going to close this. On our toolbar, anytime you want. You don't have to be in there. You can just hit this little pencil button, and we will open that link spreadsheet for you, even if Excel wasn't open. And if that file was in ProjectWise, we'll check it out. If that project was in SharePoint or OneDrive, we'll get it from there. So we'll get it, we open it, we highlight the exact cell range that you pasted, and you can come in here and change it. I'll even change the color. Let's, no, not that. I want to change the text color. Green, red. I'll stick to a theme. I'll stick with red, and I'll make it bold. All right, cool. And I can close the spreadsheet or not. Doesn't matter as long as I save it. And guess I'll close it. All right, fine. Closed it. That's that other spreadsheet. I'll minimize it. So now we come in here. Now, what's going to happen when I open the list of links box? List all links in active model. It shows us it's out of date. So because I'm sitting in the file, the DGN, it hasn't updated it. Because it'll just update next time I open the DGN, but it tells me right now that it's out of date. So I can just hit update if I feel like it right now. I don't have to wait till the next time I open this file. I can just hit update, and this dude will get updated lickety split. And I'm going to move this box out of the way when it's done, which I should have done in the first place. And it is beautiful. So the whole point here is, if you don't want to worry about stuff staying up to date, don't. We'll automatically update it on DGN Open. You can turn that on or off if you want to, depending on your workflows and what you need. But you can have it automatically stay up to date. Anytime you want to know if it's up to date, you just open this box and it tells you if it's up to date. Anytime you want to get into that linked spreadsheet, really where it came from, not embedded, but really change it in a place where we'll change it for everybody else on your team, hit edit source. That's the same as pushing the pencil button on the main box, and it gets that guy open. Let me go way over to where that is on my other monitor, bringing it over. It opened it up. It was just on my other monitor. That's what Excel does. And it opens it up and it highlights it for you. This is the spreadsheet. And change that, I guess. I don't know. And then you come back here and let's do this. I'll do File, Open, Enter to just reopen the file that I'm in. And you see on Open, it sees that it needed updating. So it's doing that update. And if the update wasn't needed, I wouldn't have to wait for that update. It only does an update that's necessary. So, boom, 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 modified times 2. There's my change. Let me also show you it not. Let me show you it being unwilling to waste your time. So you come in here, it says it's up to date. Like, it's up to date. So if I hit update right here, here's what happens. Dude, the paste link to this file is up to date. It's not going to update it. Update it again, please, beg. No, it's not going to do it because it's already up to date. We don't want to waste your time. We want to give you the information you need when you need it. And most of the time, we just get out of the way and let you do your work. If you want to fit this thing in your view, you can. Totally cool. And if you want to rename or move that spreadsheet, there's a feature called Manage. It's here. It's also right here. And it's right there. Hit this. And so if you rename, move, or whatever your spreadsheet, you just come in here and select it in a new location, and you can browse it. Okay, so that's all fine. And then if you see something you want to change in your spreadsheet, hit edit source, and we will get that guy opened again for you. And we'll open it up. Anywhere you are in the program, you can get that spreadsheet opened. We want to save as much of your time as possible. Now, the AutoCAD version, very simple. It's the same thing. Does the same stuff, does it just as well for AutoCAD. But I'll show it to you anyway. So AutoCAD, is this the right spreadsheet? Yes, cool. Going over here to AutoCAD. I'll go into model space just so I can kind of keep this business where it is. Cool, come over here. You can paste into model space or paper space. And got to go back to my spreadsheet though and copy to my clipboard. Control C, jump back over here. We're Axiom, so that's the name of our ribbon tab. And there you go. Paste clipboard contents, bring this stuff in. It's just like it is in MicroStation. Hit the corner. I'll show you that you have control over stuff. You have tools, but just set it the way you want it. Meets your standards. Click in the corner. There you go. Squish it. You get more. Don't squish it. You get less. Move on the X. That's the gap. There you go. Get it where you want it. Data point to accept it. It's truly automatically linked. Look at that. It's even got my latest changes in it. Hit the list of links button. Tells you it's up to date. Beautiful. Hit edit source. Get that spreadsheet open. The whole thing is designed to respect the user, to save you as much time as we possibly can, and to produce exemplary deliverables. At the end of your project, whether it's AutoCAD or MicroStation, you just provide your client with their DGNs or their DWGs. You do not have to do any preparation in our software. We keep the imports up to date already, so you don't have to update anything either. Just, we keep them up to date. You submit. You don't have to give them your spreadsheets. You don't have to give them your Word documents if you brought any Word documents in. It's all drawn by us in the DGN, in the DWG as real elements and objects. So when you give your client is your normal CAD files and that's it, and everything works just beautifully. But during your project, everything works beautifully for you. That's it. That's what we do. We make software that saves you time in MicroStation and AutoCAD, and we try to remove those bad trade-offs for you. If this has been useful to you, there's a survey coming up after right at the end here, and please fill it out. It's like one question. It's not anything, and we can get you more information about the software. But that's our goal: is removing the bad trade-offs for you, making it just a perfect, as close to perfect experience as possible, bringing this stuff into AutoCAD or MicroStation or Revit. And we support more and more cloud storage solutions, document management systems all the time. So if you need something else, please let us know. If you need project-wise for AutoCAD, let us know. We don't do it yet because we don't have a lot of clients that are asking for that. If you need, Vault support, let us know. Whatever you need, the software is continually being improved as it has since the year 1996, and we really listen to our users, and we hope that if you're not already users, that some of you folks here today will become users. So that brief poll is coming right after the recorded portion, which is in just a second. Please stick around for that. Thank you all so much for coming today. I hope to see you again in the future. Right after the poll, I will answer any questions that came in through the Q&A feature of the webinar. And thanks for coming, everybody. Stay safe out there.